Okay, I'm going to give you a quick rundown on how to do some of these parts, a couple reminders, a couple probably things you might have to think about. So let's first of all start with the collar. So I'm just going to turn these off so we don't have to worry about looking at those. So here's our collar. So I did this sketch. There's my line that I'm going to revolve it around. And then I did the revolve. And then I did the chamfers. Okay, so there's an inside chamfer and an outside chamfer. And let's look at the book here. It says chamfers are 45 degrees, which we talked about, unless otherwise said, they're always 45 degrees. And 1/16 is there what we're cutting off. Okay, so here's go to the bearing. And the bearing, we're just going to do the base. Then we're going to do this bearing part that comes up. Then we'll put 3 holes in. I think I forgot to put this hole in, so I'll show you how to do that part. How big is that hole? Well, we'll come back here. So we are done with that. So let's turn the bearing on, turn the collar off. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so I did that sketch first. Just 3 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. Make them all tangent everywhere. And I did this so that it lined up on the axes. So I have a plane going through in both directions. Does it show that? And it doesn't show that, really, does it? I did it on the top plane, and I did it where the origin, the origin was the middle of the circle, so that I had planes. Okay, so I'm going to need this right plane here in a minute. Once I did a sketch, then I extruded it. I just extruded it this tall. Then I made this sketch. Put a circle in the middle, on the bottom, and I extruded it what the book told me to. And so that I had a solid surface here with no holes, just a base. And pull that up there. Yeah, let's do this. So it looked like that. Then I went to the hole tool, and I'm doing a counter bore. We're going to go through all, and then it wants to know how wide it is. And I believe it was 3/8, which is 0.375. And this was 1/2 inch. And this is how deep it is. So let's look at the book. So that's 5/8. I said 1/2 inch. I need to go change that. That's 5/8. This is 3/8, and this is 1/8. So this is this. So here's that. This little big wide hole only goes down 1/8 of an inch. That's this little rectangle here. When we cut through on our cutting plane line, there's nothing there on the cutting plane. That's why it's white. It's not hatched. The hatch is only where there's solid material that you've cut through. So all these things they're the same thing, just from different points of view. So 3/8, 1/8, 3/8, and 5/8. That's easy. So this was 1/8. And if you don't know the decimal, you just go 1/8. This is that was 3/8. So this is 5/8. Oh, it didn't like that, did it? That. Hit tab. Oh, I see. It just kind of puts the parentheses around. Every time you hit tab, it goes away. Okay, that works. All right. Now, we want to put these at where the center of these circles are. There's two of them. So to do that, you have to click the little make connector symbol, and now you can go find that center point. Then you're going to do the same thing on the top. And I'm going to get rid of this because I've already done it once before. So my hole 1, I can do both these because they're the same thing. And then hole 2, the great big giant counter bore. So the inside hole is 1.5 inches in diameter. The outside hole is 2 inches in diameter. And the depth of that outside hole is 1/4 inch. But it's a counter bore. Okay, so now this hole here is 3/8. And are we giving it a... Oh, right here. It's 1.25 inches up. 1.25 inches up. 1.25 and 3/8. So we want that to come out the side. So that's going to be, we're going to draw it in the right plane. I'm going to go sketch, right plane. We're going to look straight at it. And it's a 3/8 circle. Three-eighths is 0.375. Border from the bottom. Which 1.5. Oops. It looked like there was a point I could grab down there. Let's see if there is. We're going to get out of this and see if we can put a vertical constraint. Is there a point down here? Nope. No. Okay, let's just go to dimension. Okay, there is a point. If I go to dimension, I can click here and here. And the distance needs to be 0. I don't want any distance there. Okay, so I've locked that in there. I'm going to go look at this thing isometrically. Well, let's do it this way. Okay. And now I extrude cut the hole. Remove. I'm going to go through all. Why is it not doing it? Oh, it still didn't pick the sketch. That's the other wrong way. I want it to go this way, although it doesn't matter. You can spin it around. That's it. So now I have that hole. Then there's fillets. So you can tell that there are fillets because we can see it right there, and we can see it right there. Of course, the picture shows it too, right? There's fillets. Okay, so that's that. Moving right along. Base plate is pretty easy. Oh, I know what happened. This down here. Okay. So we'll turn this off for now. We'll turn this on. So that's we drew that sketch. We extruded it. Then we have to put these holes in. There's all different kind of ways. You can do whatever way you want. The way I did it was I made a sketch here so that the endpoints of my construction line were the centers of the circles. I did the same thing up here. Made that sketch. Then I had endpoints, and it was easy to use the hole tool to go bam, 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 to all four in one set of holes. I mean, you could choose to draw sketches on there and draw the circles and extrude them. Then on sketch 7, I did the same thing up here. I drew that line. I actually drew 2 lines. I drew a line from here to the middle, from here out. I dimensioned it all so that I had 3 endpoints to do these circles from. And, so that was hole 4, the big one. And then I did both those in one command. So I like to use the hole tool. You just have to have places to snap to. Remember, when you use this hole tool, if you have actually a sketch that has an endpoint that you can pick, then you don't have to click this make connector. But like on a circle where there's an understood center, you have to click on this to get that point. So, all right, last but not least is the cap screw. Okay, so the cap screw is up here. It's really anyway. Sketch is like this. All right, so let's get rid of this and drag that out a little bit. I can. Tries that. I have to put in point 7. Didn't change any, did it? Oh, it flattened it. Oh, okay. So it needs to be smaller. There we go. Okay, so if this curve is not just right, then when we, okay, um, I lose my little line with these parts. Go right there. Can you see there's a little dimple there? I don't know. but it's not meeting it exactly. Not actually, it's not that big of a deal. When you take the center out, you're not going to see it. But we might as well do it right. There might be a time where you need it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to look straight at it. I'm going to draw a line out here. Okay, well, I'm just going to. I know I need a. The rest of all this is pretty easy. It's all given to you in the book. You have to add two numbers together to get this, but you can do that. So the question is, how do I close this up? We do our 3-point arc. Boop. And you don't know how big to make the radius, so you just kind of eyeball it to begin with, and then you draw a line out here from this endpoint. Make it a horizontal line, and make it a construction line. Now I make this curve tangent to that line. And now that thing's perfect, and it will, when we revolve it, no more dimples. Dimples are cute on your cheeks, but not in this case. All right, so the next thing is I need to put a plane in, which is not showing the plane. Oh, it's turned off, that's why. That plane is parallel to this plane, so I use an offset command. I know the bottom of my cut is 3/16 from the bottom of the head. This is called the head of the bolt or the screw. So from the bottom of the head to the bottom of the slot is 3/16. So I just used my plane tool. I clicked here. I did offset 3/16, make sure it's going in the right direction. Then I use that plane to draw that sketch. Well, I drew this sketch. Okay, the problem with this sketch is it's easy to make. We know how big. Remember, we're subtracting, so we just bring it out past the edges, and right and left. It said that from the center line out, it's 0.047. So the width of this is twice that. So this is 0.047 times 2. And then somehow I have to center it. So in order to center it, I first put, you can probably figure out another way to do it. This is how I did it. I just made a sketch on this bottom, and I put a point right in the center. Now when I came around here to make this sketch, I was able to use that point. See, this point right there is actually the point on the bottom that I made. But it pulls it up in terms of reference into the plane that you're drawing on, and I can make it 0.047. That rounds off to 0.05, but it's really 0.047. And this is 0.047 times 2. Bingo. Just extrude it up through all. Now I gotta finish the sketch, I guess. That's that. Okay, I have no idea how exactly why my base point is 4. The cap screw, because I did the cap screw afterwards, but I think you can just move it if you wanted to. You guys don't mess with your bar, so you don't have these problems. But it is interesting, even though I changed the order, it changes the order down here too. These lined up with these. Okay, if that's what you need to get done tonight, have fun.